They had been adrift for days, starving, thirsty, and desperate. The survivors of the wreck of the French frigate Méduse clung to the raft they had hastily built, hoping for a miracle. But their situation only got worse. Some of them had died of exposure, others of disease, and some had thrown themselves into the sea, unable to bear the torment. The remaining ones resorted to cannibalism, feeding on the flesh and blood of their comrades. They fought among themselves for the scraps, killing and mutilating each other. But there was something else on the raft. Something that had been there since the beginning. Something that had caused the shipwreck in the first place. Something that fed on their fear and misery. It was a creature of darkness, a shapeshifter, a demon. It had taken the form of one of the passengers, a young woman named Marie, who had boarded the Méduse with her husband, a naval officer. She had been killed in the chaos of the evacuation, but her body had never been thrown overboard. It had been taken by the creature, who used it as a disguise. The creature pretended to be one of them, but it was not interested in their flesh. It wanted their souls. It whispered in their ears, tempting them to do unspeakable things. It sowed discord and hatred among them, turning them against each other. It enjoyed their suffering and waited for the right moment to strike. One night, when only 15 survivors remained on the raft, it revealed its true nature. It shed its human skin and showed its monstrous form. It was a mass of tentacles, claws, eyes, and teeth. It shrieked with a voice that pierced their ears and minds. It attacked them with fury, tearing them apart with ease. It devoured their bodies and souls, leaving nothing behind. It was unstoppable. Only one man managed to escape its wrath. He was a sailor named Jean-Baptiste Savigny, who had been wounded by a sword during a fight on the raft. He had hidden under a pile of corpses, hoping to avoid detection. He watched in horror as the creature slaughtered his companions and prayed for death. But death did not come. The next morning, he saw a sail on the horizon. It was the Argus, a brig that had been sent to look for them. He waved his arms and shouted for help. He was rescued. He told his story to the crew of the Argus, but they did not believe him. They thought he was mad, delirious from hunger and thirst. They gave him food and water and took him to Senegal. He never recovered from his ordeal. He was haunted by nightmares and visions of the creature. He became obsessed with finding out what it was, where it came from, and why it had chosen them as its prey. He spent years researching ancient books and legends, looking for clues. He learned that the creature was an ancient evil, older than mankind, that lurked in the depths of the ocean. It was called by many names: Leviathan, Kraken, Cthulhu. He also learned that it had a purpose: to bring about the end of the world. It had been waiting for centuries for a sign, a prophecy, a catalyst. And it had found it in the Méduse. The Méduse was not just a ship. It was a symbol. A symbol of corruption, incompetence, and injustice. A symbol of the decay of France after the Revolution and the Restoration. A symbol of the impending doom of humanity. The creature had sensed this symbol and had been drawn to it. It had caused the shipwreck by manipulating the winds and currents. It had followed the raft by swimming under it. It had chosen its victims by reading their minds and hearts. It had done all this to fulfill its mission, to awaken its kin, the other ancient evils that slept in the dark corners of the world. To unleash them upon mankind and usher in a new age of chaos and horror. It had succeeded. The end.